Hey, Tim Wiss. Hey, Dad. Yeah, I'm feeling better. Thank you. How's your hand doing? Well, that's good. That's good to hear. Although seepage is always fun. Some seepage is cool. Hey, Jane. Yeah, you'll feel the stitches after a while. So this carving is going to be a little bit different, I hope, and I have no idea how it's going to turn out. It's probably going to take a couple of days. I'll try and make a ghost lady. You can tell by my fantastic third grade drawing, I have an idea. I'm going off of a picture that I saw that I think it's going to be pretty cool. Hopefully, if it all works out, it's going to be creepy. And it's going to be awesome. We'll see. So for this being a lady, I'm going to go with a little bit more of a dainty nose. Large watcher, yeah, maybe. I'm not going to go with such a huge nose because she's not really going to have a big face. But hopefully it's going to be a spooky face. So let's see. Hey, Soldier Farms. And today I'm probably just going to get it blocked out. Get some other areas carved in. And then go from there. The cedar is nice because it's really soft. I'm using a really dull burr on it, and it's going through it pretty nice. Where am I carving? I'm carving in the same spot that I normally in. Or what am I carving? I'm going to try and carve a ghost lady. That is going to be my goal. Oh, nice. Yeah, Dad. Red cedar's cool. So this is going to be kind of an aggressive carve. What up, Joe? Mike is making stuff in the house. Yeah, this is going to be aggressive for me. But we're going to see how it turns out. So Tim, I'm just saying, when I ask everybody to give a thumbs up, bro, you're good. You're good. But yeah, with that being said, 108 current viewers. If you could hit that thumbs up button, that would be awesome. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. So she is going to be a little different, as you can tell by the way I'm doing the eyes. Hey, Clementi, thank you for being here. The only Norm 7, okay. What about Norm 8? Is there a Norm 8? These eyes are going to be deep. These eyes are going to be sunken. These eyes are going to be spooky. And as you can tell, they're going to kind of blend in with the nose. And then her forehead's going way back. I'm going to try to carve a sash over her head that's going to wrap around her. So all this down here is going to be where the chin is. And that's going to be deep. That's going to be the neckline. So I'm hoping it's going to be really cool. And this is not your basic wood spirit. So I'm figuring her out as I go. There's a big chunk of wood that I want to use on this to have the room to do what I hope to pull off. Hey, Joe. So she is basically going to be a featureless woman, featureless ghost woman, and I think it's going to be really fun to carve. Starting with the eyes, I'm getting the eyes deep because the eyes are, man, they're the main focus on this one, and they're just round, circular, deep, void eyes. So here we go. And if you haven't yet, hit that like button. I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. I have a goal of trying to hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year. Let's see if we can get there. Tell you what, this cedar is being really nice to me. Hey, Annette. As well as here, Aiden's here. Thanks for being here, Aiden. Alright, so now that I have the eyes at least started, I'm going to move on to the nose and getting that in. The way the picture looks, hey Kevin, her eyes just kind of blend into the nose. It's a beautiful picture. So I want to get this nose down or up. Then the whole thing hopefully is going to look like it's going to blend into a veil, which is really cool. Hey, John. So are you guys having a good Saturday? No, I'm afraid I chunked out part of the nose. I'm going to try and fix that. If you guys could, hit that like button. I appreciate it. I should stop right there and make it a Jason mask. It's not going to be a Jason mask. I promise. bouncing around on everything, but the angle of her face in the photo is what really makes it. And I really want to try and get it to where so around here is going to be a sash that I'm going to put in. And in the photo that I'm looking at, her face just blends right into the sash. So it's actually going to be a lot lower. I'm just trying to get everything in place. And I'm keeping the nose small because it's a lady. And she has a very dainty nose, which as I go deeper, it will widen back out. I did miscut the nose, but we'll see how that turns out. The creepiness is going to be in the eyes, the blending, the sash, and it's just a beautiful picture. So if you guys can, hit that like button, please. I appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed, maybe hit that subscribe button. That would be awesome. I will give you guys a little tidbit of news that happened today. Let me grab a drink and I'll tell you. Yeah, 203 watching. Let's get 100 likes today. That would be awesome. Good Saturday for 100 or more likes. 7 of my carvings went into a local store today, and they're putting them up for sale. Some of my wood spirits, so that's pretty cool. I don't know what to think about that, but it's kind of exciting. We'll see how it all turns out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to block off under the chin so I can get the face. U.S. Saw, how's it going, sir? Thank you for being here. I try and get this neckline or down. It's going to make it so much easier if I get this stuff down while I'm doing this than having to go back. But this is somewhat going to be the shape of the face. Turtle Powers. I don't know how to screen share it off of YouTube, so I'll try and put the pic with the thumbnail. But I'm going to start taking the chin line, the neck portion down, because this is where the sash is going to start. gonna grab this new burr, this new taper burr I have. And get that chin deeper. So as I take the neckline down, it'll be easier. And let me see something here. Cool, 276 watts, and that's awesome. All right, now let's get that down. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Good to have you here today, sir. So yeah, this is an aggressive carve even for me. I mean, for me, period. But I think it's going to be fun. And if it turns out nice, then that's going to be even better. Hey, Luciano.
you guys could hit that like and subscribe button, that would be awesome. I'd appreciate it.
All right. So you should be able to start seeing the chin and the neck area. I'm just have the eyes in place where the eyes are going to be to try and fix that nose a little bit. I think I went a little too short with it, but that's going to be good. Once I get this done and start getting the sash part put in, I'm going to start on the edge of the face because I want this to look like it's blending into the wood, and then I'll work on the mouth and the features. Really, she's a featureless ghost. Very few features. The exciting part is in the paint and the depth of the eyes, the depth of the smile, and the sash and the flowiness. So that's what I'm working on. This Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is this Carve, but we're going to work on it. We're going to see what we can do to make it, and then maybe what we can do to make it better. See you, Matt. Have a great day. Be safe. And I'll tell you what, the cedar here, the cedar's is really nice to carve. It's nice and dried out. It's working really well for me. So that's awesome. I'm going to go a little bit deeper around this neck area. Such a big piece of wood, it's hard to maneuver. what it says. There's 322 people watching, and if that's the case, and you guys are watching, I appreciate you being here, and I hope you enjoy what I'm carving, because it is a lot of fun. So thank you for being here. Funny about the little nub here is I got something for my pinky to hold on to. I think I'm going to put one more sashy bit right through here. I think that's too open for the neck. Hey, Nelson. Yeah, I think one more little sashy bit is going to be good. I like the depth of the neck because the chin is going to stick out quite well. But I think I'm going to come right through here. Bring it up into there. That's what I think I'm going to do. getting stuck on everything. Me versus wire brush. Alright, doesn't look like much right now, but it's gonna start coming along. I'm liking it so far. Man, this one rag here is just getting caught on everything. And don't forget, if you haven't, hit that like button. Please? So what I'm trying to do right here is this is going to be the neck part, and this is where the sash is going to start blending in. So I'm going to try and round over the neck area to fold down into the sash and get it to blend. Hey Dragon, thank you guys for being here today. It's a chilly Saturday here in Michigan, but I got a little bit of yard work done, and like I said earlier, took some items into a shop. They're going to be selling some of my items there, so that's cool. Yeah, I'm glad I decided to do this, take everything down all at once, because if I would have just concentrated on the face, this would have been a pain in the arse to do later on. Hey, Grumpy. this is going to get painted. Hey, Roy Timber Arts. Let me, and Yoshi. Got a few people here. Roy, let me, make you a moderator. And if you guys want, make sure you share your channels. I appreciate when you guys do. And if you haven't hit the like button, hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Trying to hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year. And I really hope we do. This is going to be painted. The face, once I get to it, that is going to be a turquoise, bluish, white, pale with black highlights on it, which is going to look really cool. I want to get this to sink in to the sides here, so it looks like it's blending into the veil on both sides. The neck is going to be completely blacked out. The neck is going to be completely blacked out, so it just looks like a void in here. And then that's where the veil and the rippling of the veil is going to start coming in. So I see the picture. I have a vision on how I want to do this, and I want to do it justice. And I've never carved one like this before, trying to be a little bit different. So if it doesn't quite come out right, you know what? Gave it a shot, right? That's right. So I'm going to work on this a little bit more. The key to this, I believe, is getting everything going in different directions. So you can see how I have this angled down here. Let me turn it. The front part of the veil, I kind of have on a slope going this way. Now the back part, I'm going to slope it back and just try and give it some ripple. What I'm going to do. I can't give you a definitive on how I do stuff because I just kind of carve. I want to say carve by feel or carve by sight. It's hard to explain, but I see things and I look at things and I'm like, oh, I want to add this here. I want to add that there. I think it'd be cool if I did this. That's kind of how I carve. You know, wood spirits, I like doing wood spirits. There's pretty much, you know, a set way to do a basic wood spirit. But with this, like right now, I see a little dip coming through here. And I really believe that would look good if there was another ripple here. So I'm just going to throw another ripple in real quick. I'm good on that for right now. Work on this chin. Awesome. All right, cool. So I'm going to take a break for a second, say hi to everybody, talk to you guys. Great Saturday. Hey, Kevin, what about those Toronto Blue Jays, buddy? Holy whooping did they give. Grand slam home run. When I stopped watching the game, it was like 11-2. Is that what the score ended up being, or do you not watch baseball? So I have a really cool description of wood spirits and their protections and everything. My wife made some cards up for me. I found some definitions and stuff online, and when I took the wood spirits into the shop to put them on the shelf for sale, I added these cards to give people a description of what they are and what they do, and they actually came out pretty cool. So let's see, what's going on in chat that I'm missing? What are we talking about? See, Bear is a minister, so he has his reasons, I expect. I Googled ghosts. I wanted to do a ghost, and I Googled ghosts, so it's on Adobe, I believe. That is where I found it, and I have a copy of it saved to my computer. I kind of snipped it just so I could use it for reference, but that's it. So I struggle with women's faces too. I struggle with faces, period, but it was such a beautiful picture and plain. I can't explain it. Once I get the wood spirit or the ghost done itself, you know, I'll share the picture. It's not going to look like the picture because I'm not a person carver. It's just the idea of it. simply beautiful, I guess I should say. And I've been wanting to do a ghost, so I figured why not try that and at least give it a shot. The beauty in it is the eyes are going to go really deep. The eyes are going to go deep. They're going to be blacked out. Once I get the mouth in, the mouth is going to be deep. It's going to be blacked out. And it's going to have slight white highlights in the eyes just to draw attention. And then dead center of the eyes are going to be just a deep white speck. So I think, you know what, worst case, it's not going to look like the picture, but it was a great inspiration and I enjoy it. And hopefully that inspires all of you to hit the like button. See how I did that? That was good. That was good. So I probably won't be on much longer. I'm going to work on this a little bit more. I'm going to work on getting the eyes down. But I've got other things that I need to get done today, and I was just kind of taking a break. So I'm going to work on getting these eyes down further and more oval shaped deep. And then probably call it a day in 15, 20 minutes. But back to Kevin. Go Jays, man. Holy crap. That was a game. That was a game. And this isn't going to turn into sports talk carving, but I do like the Toronto Blue Jays. I visited Toronto when I played hockey, so I've always had a soft spot in my heart for the Blue Jays. I am a Tigers fan because I'm from Michigan. And speaking of which, I think I heard there's a game on tonight, Michigan and Michigan State. Just got to say, for all you Michigan fans, going on the record, I'm sorry. I think State's going to take you. I will always root for State to beat Michigan. So if I just lost 3,300 subscribers because of that, cool. But any other time, I like Michigan when they are playing Michigan State. You know, I got to go with Michigan State. Just because Michigan gets all the love. Michigan gets all the love. State doesn't. Awesome, Roy. Are you going to do a review of it, or have you done a review of it? Because if not, you should. If it's that good. For all types of face shapes, yeah. Maybe you should do a review of it. Oh, my pedal's sinking. Sorry if you guys just saw my bald head. See you, Kevin. You know, part of the reason I'm not afraid to try to do carves that I've never done before or they're out of reach for me is I think everybody should try. If you want to try something, try it. And hopefully this is encouragement to try something different with your carvings or with whatever you do, because I really have no clue as to what I'm doing with this. I just have an idea in my mind, and I hope it inspires somebody to try something different. If we're talking about the flex shaft, it's a V-bore. The V-bore 1200 flex shaft. Yeah, I know. Eventually I'll get it. But I've been told it's not all that bad, so. It probably doesn't help if the microphone's right here in my chest. Hey, Mike Schmidt. How are you today? Well, I do appreciate you guys being here. I'm gonna do a couple of more cuts and then call it an afternoon for right now. Maybe back later on tonight.
Hey, Miss Francis.
All right. I think that was a good start for today. The cedar is coming out pretty white, so it's hard to see the detail, but I like the depth of the eyes. I may get them a little bit deeper, at least towards the middle. Eventually, I'm going to work on sloping this face in even more, so it looks like it goes into the sash. Screwed up the nose, realize that, not going to be able to fix that. We're all right with that. It's a carving. It happens. I'm going to end up getting the mouth in and then doing some features on the cheeks and then working on everything else and then painting this. It's going to be a real simple paint. Here, I'll try and hold this up a little closer so you guys can see it. Oh, that's all right, EW. I'm heading out in a minute anyways. I got a good start on this today. The cedar's been very nice to me. Easy to carve, so I'm good with that. I'll probably be back on later on. And I will ask one more time for anybody that has not hit the like and subscribe button, please do that. Looking to hit 2,000 subs by the end of the year, and I'd like to surpass that. And I want to thank you guys for being here. It was a lot of fun. Good start. We've got everything pretty much in place, and then we can work on some finer details. So, thank you guys. Have a good day, and I will see you carving probably again tomorrow. All right? Have a good one. Thank you. See ya.